aggression on either side of the boundary. I can't tell you, but there's an energy in this young man. Balls to Ifan Karim. The best handover I've seen, the best handing I've seen from captain, former captain Arnold Otwani. Davis, the vice captain?
Yeah, vice captain.
Yeah, vice captain Arnold Otwani.
T20 cricket is not exactly as a power hitting game as many people thought when it first came out. It's one that has been broken down to bits of details. Unfortunately, Riyazat Ali Shah bowls that wide, and Freda Talam is no Superman this time around. That runs down the boundary for 4 runs. Those will be very painful runs, as I mentioned earlier. Too many extras so far. It's a box, so it's a column that the Uganda team will want to sort out as quickly as possible. But speaking statistics, Kenya have managed to get to 40. They managed to get to 43 for the loss of just 1 wicket in 6 overs. They conceded 43 runs for 1. So that is a statistic that Kenya will be happy with. The Ugandans will not be too happy. They'll feel they conceded a bit too many. So the Ugandans will be at this point will be behind the 8 ball, but will be looking to try and do a recovery job. So Riyazat Ali Shah will be expected to try and do a lot of damage control. We corrected and we have been notified that Mahomes Adele's shot 88 has been a fantastic performer for Uganda over the years. He is the vice captain of this T20 side.
Interesting. And happy for the correction, Davis. Davis, I'm not so sure Reza Ali Shah will be doing a repair job today. Puzzled again, 1 bounce, close enough, but absolutely teed off by Gurdeep Singh. Team Kenya absolutely have their foot on the gas. Unfortunately for them, Entebbe Cricket Oval isn't the smallest oval in Kampala, so it's definitely going to take some work to get the ball over the box.
Well, this is a very important spell in the game. Over 7 to over 13 have been found to be the areas or the times in the game where games are won and lost. A couple of the number of dot balls that are eaten up in this period are normally the decisive factor at the end of the result. So Kenya will be looking to utilize the kind of flyer of a start they have had, and will be looking to try and make sure they can keep the run rate going, keep picking up the odd singles and the boundaries wherever they can. And Irfan Karim manages to pull that down to long on, but Mahomes Adele manages to return that just to keep it just to 1 run.
Well, Davis, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think we've had an over. We've had a boundary in this over yet. So, we did have a white by 4. But I mean, off the bat, I think everything that's coming into every run that's coming on board is either coming by Uganda's own doing, but as it is, Team Kenya is struggling to find a boundary, and this might persist for a while. I dare say, Davis.
Well, I just remind the viewers out there, the Pearl of Africa T20 series is being sponsored by Rock Telecom, who are our internet providers at the ground. Those that are at the ground, just be sure to remember that there's free Wi-Fi that is available. Rock Telecom has continued to come in big and supported us in that area, in that aspect of the game. But as Donny mentioned earlier, of course, Uganda Airlines are yet another sponsor that are coming to partner with Uganda Cricket for this particular series.
And the young Franka Konkwasa comes back into the attack. Interesting choice.
YouTube, eh?
Interesting choice, Davis. Captain Brian Masaba choosing Franka Kakwasa over Henry Senyondo. Where is the strategy in that?
Slow.
runs there for Irfan Karim. A bit of a good partnership in the running. They seem to run the first one pretty fast and made sure they can put Dinesh Nakrani that is feeling it long on under a bit of pressure. But yeah, no, for me, no doubts, no surprises that that Brian Masaba continues to go with Frank Akankwasa. Frank Akankwasa is an off spinner. That would simply mean that he would be the ideal bowler to bowl to these two left-handed batsmen, because the ball would be going away from them. That's if he's getting any turn anyway, the ball would be going away from them, which traditionally seems to ask a lot more questions of batsmen. So for me, no surprises there. So at this point of the game, he seems like the ideal situation bowler.
So Dip steps up, drives that down long on for just one. Team Kenya is looking to step up the chase. I mean the setup, but they can't seem to be able to find the boundaries. Davis, will the boundaries continue to be scarce? Could you mtuongeze ku YouTube bagamba tubatuulira tuli wansi?
Well, no surprises for me, because the Entebbe Cricket Oval is one that it is a big ground. It's not known for allowing too many boundaries to be scored, but speaking of boundaries, that is a fantastic shot right over the cover field. That is a shot. That's a mark of a great batsman. He knows exactly what he's doing, hitting that right over the top, and he manages to hit that inside the line. He knows that the boundary option is one. Anything he manages to get over the cover fielder's head, he should be able to pick up a boundary, and he does exactly that to continue the good job he's doing for Kenya.
And that will be just one straight to Rizat Ali Shah, and that will bring us to the end of the over. 59 for 1 after 7 overs. Davis, speaking of the quality shot that we just witnessed, that is the mark of Irfan Karim, and I think at this point he's definitely looking to be in Kenya's driving seat and will continue to do as much damage as he can. And bowling change for Team Uganda. The all-rounder, vice captain Deus Muhumuza will be coming into the attack. Davis,
You always want to stay on the wicket.
You've definitely played with the entire team here. And what do you think is going through Deus Muhumuza's brain right now? Kenya is 60 for 1, 8 overs gone. What is he going to look to bowl?
Well, Deus Muhumuza, one I must mention, and I'm going to enjoy mentioning this, that he's managed to graduate to the vice captaincy role. I think it is a role that he will enjoy. He is a fierce competitor, and he's one that will certainly wear. He wears his body, or he puts his body on the line. He wears his heart on his sleeves. So he always sure he's a 100% kind of player, fully committed player. But yes, his bowling style is pretty simple. He look to bowl a couple of cutters, late cutters. He looks to mix it up, and this wicket should be one that should be able to help him. As I mentioned earlier, he starts, of course, with the He's been
just one run, so the damage is not as much. And the Mohamed Adeus continues to do what he does best. He bowls a couple of cutters, and he continues to look to utilize his off cutter pretty well. And so far, he has only conceded just 2 runs of 4 balls. So he will be happy with the work that he's putting in for the Uganda national team right now. Just to let the viewers out there know, this is that much as we are in COVID time, and of course all SOPs must be observed. The few spectators that have managed to make their way here, clad in masks. There's a hand washing area which is being respected. A couple of sanitizers going on around. So we must ensure that we keep as safe as possible, even if this corona pandemic with us right now.
Dinesh Nakrani did seem to take a border from his fielding position all the way to save that boundary. Absolutely well done. And he does look like he needs a bit of a Powerade or some rock boom to return his energy. But here comes Deus. Another beautiful cutter, clapped close enough. Oh, bamboozled into over the rope by Arnold Otwani, but that was well run by Arnold Otwani to try and save that boundary. Ronak Patel just seemed to dive over that one, but Uganda concedes the first boundary in quite a while.
That attempt from Arnold Otwani is one, of course, he will not be very happy with. That brings an end to what would have been a successful over from Mohamed Adeus. But Adonia, you forgot to mention that boda is a word that managed to find its way in the Oxford English Dictionary to simply mean a motorcycle back here in Uganda. It is a very, very common word. Not just a word, but it's a common means of transport back here in Uganda, the Pearl of Africa. Bowling change from the Lake Victoria end, what other people seem to call the beach end. As I mentioned earlier, this oval is right across the Lake Victoria itself. So the beach is around the corner. This oval has been known largely for it's a place that provides a lot of the ambience for the fans. But besides that, it provides the opportunity and the chance for people to stroll down to the beach along the Lake Victoria and for them to have a good time. Donny bowling change from the beach end, as I mentioned. Henry Senyondo is being asked to bowl to these hard-hitting left-hand batsmen. Starts off with 1 run down to long on. Dinesh Nakrani does a tidy job keeping that just 1. So far so good from the Kenyan perspective. They've managed to pick up the singles as and when they have availed themselves. They have also gone ahead to pick up the odd boundary, which is important for them to keep the scoring rate, but also stay within a region for them to fully maximize later on. So for Kenya, of the two teams, will be the happier side so far in this encounter.
Interesting delivery. Henry Sonyondo keeping that to no run. Ifan Karim will not be happy with himself. He's got to keep scoring. Clapped again. Oh, very, very, very close chase by Dinesh Nakrani. But Ifan Karim seemed to pick his spot A short ball from Henry Senyondo is punished. Another boundary for Team Kenya. Henry Senyondo will be looking to salvage this over. And Davis, I have to say, the rate at which the scoreboard is taking Team Uganda not in a very, very, very good position.
Henry Senyondo concedes a single to finish that over off, taking the score to 76-1. As I mentioned earlier, Kenya will be the happier side of the two right now, as we are at the midway stage of this first inning. So 76-1 is one that the coach David Obuya will be very, very satisfied with. It only simply means that he's getting his launch pad for the second half of this innings pretty prepared, and the Uganda team will not be too happy about that. They need to find a way of picking a wicket if they can, or they need to find a way of keeping the runs down as much as possible.
A shocking statistic for me, Davis. Ifan Karim seems to have overtaken Deep Singh. Brian Masaba will be looking to keep that at just one run, and it's a brilliant hand in to the elation of Deus Muhumuza.
No surprises for me in there, because as I mentioned earlier, these are two totally contrasting batsmen. Gurdeep Singh is more the power hitter. He will look to go for the boundaries, but yet again on the other end is Entebbe ground is a big ground, so it's one that you will struggle to get a couple of boundaries, unlike Irfan Karim. Irfan Karim is the one that will provide a lot of the class. He's the one that will be looking to pierce gaps, which he has already shown that he has that ability to do for the Kenya team. So for me, I'm not too surprised with the run rate from the strike rates of the batsmen so far. I think Irfan Karim, this is the ground that suits his style. He will pierce the gaps pretty well.
Davis, I don't remember you fielding on the boundary in your time. Captain Masaba, Brian that was picked up. That was beautifully picked up by Ifan Karim. Too many short balls from Team Uganda, and they are getting absolutely punished.
Another classy shot yet from Irfan Karim. Deus Muhumuza will feel a bit unlucky that he bowled a slower ball, but unfortunately the wicket is too good that the slower ball simply just sat up. It sat up, and it found a competent Irfan Karim who managed to muscle that down to the mid-wicket boundary for 6. And he follows that up with what Coach Suji Martin used to always tell us, to pick a single right after a boundary. So for me, it's tremendous cricket so far from the Kenyan outfit that is out here so far batting, and they'll be very happy with the work. And you can see the Kenyan dugout looks like the one that is more encouraged and is more excited, and they look more jubilated than the Ugandan dugout.
Absolutely, coming from a 2-1 series loss. If they were not this spirited, they'll be looking at another thrashing, Davis, I must say. But kudos and good on Kenya. Absolutely, this is the way to go. Pick yourself up, they keep telling us. So absolutely spot on for Team Kenya. And Team Uganda will be looking to keep that winning streak going. But by the look of things, that's going to be a lot harder than they had earlier thought. Ooh, close enough. Deus Muhumuza coming into the attack. Besides the huge 6, I must say, Davis, he's done quite well for himself and for Team Uganda.
The competitiveness that Deus Muhumuza comes with, he will not be too happy with the work. We must remember that Deus Muhumuza has a 5-wicket haul against this Kenyan outfit, so he'll be hoping to get back to those kind of figures. He'll be hoping that if he can pick up a wicket or two among these as quickly as possible, that will give Uganda yet another chance. He is one of those players that will not be too interested in his personal achievements. He'll be looking to try and do a very, very good job for his team, and so far they seem to be in a bit of trouble, and hoping that Senyondo Henry on this end can keep things square to find the much needed breakthrough for Uganda. so far from the Kenyan batsmen. They're managing to pick up singles very regularly, something that will, and that brings up Irfan Karim's 50. He'll be very glad with the work, and not just him, but his Kenyan teammates will be very, very happy with the fact that he started off the series, not just the series, but the tour, the Kenya tour to Uganda with the 50. They'll be hoping he can continue the good work and take the Kenyan team to a very, very good total.
Maybe to add to that statistic, for a 50 of 39 balls, impressive stuff. And his partner in crime just follows that up with a beautiful drive down straight into the screen. Kenya is fired up, and Uganda needs to get their stuff together. Or they'll definitely be looking at 200 ranches at this point.
Beautiful cricket from Uganda. Gurdeep Singh manages to follow up his boundary down the ground to the screen with another single down to long one. As I said earlier, that is fantastic cricket. So for me, so far Kenya seems to have won the first two sessions of this T20 inning. They started off with a fantastic power play, just what they looked at, and they've continued that up with the beautiful spell of batting and expertise. They've shown the class in finding singles, but also they've also shown the power, the ability to find the boundaries on this very big field.
A bit of curiosity Davis perhaps to shine a light on that. I don't know, as a fielder myself, I used to perhaps take a few feet off the rope, just on the off chance that the batsman hits it midway.
Steps inside the managed to pull off a stunner of a catch. So if you have that ability, your cricket awareness should be able to guide you on where to stand and how many steps to get off the field or off the boundary, and that is what should be on display. You don't expect a captain to scream from the other end of the field to tell you something like that. But so it's something that the Ugandans may need to think about, give themselves a chance to take the near miss kind of opportunity, catch an opportunity.
Going back with Faka Kamkwasa and Davis, I don't know if we should read too much into Faka Kamkwasa's return, because he's back with short balls, and it begs the question, I'm a short of bowlers.
I don't want to think that Uganda should have pulled bowlers. I think just trying to pick maybe pick Brand's mind is what looking to, again, to try and make sure the ball goes away from the batters. Let's not forget the first ball that Franka Kamkwasa bowled at Irfan in this particular over. Managed to ask some questions, going on the outside end of Irfan Karim's outside edge. So for me, I think bowling to these two left-handers that are looking to be in sublime form, I don't think he is a bad option. The fact that he takes the ball away, he just needs to bowl the ball a little bit fuller, and he does exactly that. Manages to pick up a wicket of Gurdeep Singh, but a fantastic inning from Gurdeep Singh. His team will be very, very satisfied with the work and the shift that he's put in this afternoon.
Score
the demise of one power-hitting left-hander in Gurdeep Singh brings in yet another elegant left-hander in Rishabh Patel. Rishabh Patel finds his classmate in terms of the elegance and stroke play that they have. He finds Irfan Karim on the wicket, and that simply means that is another left-hander that is expected to create a bit of headache for this Uganda lineup. Again, it's something we've hinted on earlier, of course. The size of the ground, the magnitude of the boundaries a bit too big. So again, we hinted on it. If you do not come a bit off the boundary itself, you find yourself a bit short, because it means you have a lot of ground to cover and trying to make sure you can keep that to 1 run. So unfortunately for Brian Masaba, he's not able to, even with the standard and the quality of Brian Masaba's fielding, he's not able to keep that to 2 runs. And Rishabh Patel is off to a good start, picking up 2 runs of his first ball. 101, my apologies, 101 for 2 after 13 overs. Riyazat Ali Shah will be looking to make a return into the attack. And as we settle into the 14th over, we'd like to welcome you to the Pearl of Africa T20 series live in Kampala. Apologies, live in Entebbe. Entebbe culturally is named after 5 rocks, and if you've flown in, you've seen the huge rocks as you land. Clipped off by Irfan Karim for 4. The scoreboard just can't stop ticking for Team Kenya. But Riyazat Ali Shah is not phased. He's looking to come through again. Lots of advice from Team Uganda from as far as the boundaries. Absolutely invested.
Fantastic cricket yet again from the Kenyan outfit. Irfan Karim follows up a bound with yet another single. That is only smart cricket. He continues to show his elegance and his cricket awareness and intelligence in this particular game. But yeah, Adonia, you speak about Entebbe itself. But let's not forget Entebbe is the home, I think, of the zoo, the Ugandan zoo that is in the country. We also must remember that Entebbe is home to one of 2 state houses. If I'm not mistaken, there are probably more, but the more recognized ones are one in Kampala at Nakasero and the other one at State House. Entebbe is one of the places, it's one of those cities that is on the shore of the Lake Victoria Hotel. It is a beautiful place to stay. Fantastic shot from Rishabh Patel. Manages to beat a diving Deus Muhomuza, and unfortunately, an ailing Senyondo Henry doesn't do any better, and that races down to the boundary at a third man. Speaking of Entebbe, as we mentioned, Entebbe sits on the shores of the Lake Victoria Hotel, and it is one of the beautiful destinations that many people from Kampala like to come to the beaches of Entebbe just to cool down their weekends, enjoy their weekends in the ambience and of the lake itself and the breeze. I'm sure you're one of those that has had a couple of those episodes. Donny, you want to just guide the viewers out there on the beauty and the enjoyments that come with Entebbe.
Beautiful shot, just to go for 1 from Rishabh Patel. Did look a bit miscued, but altogether fine cricket from the Kenyan outfit. And yes, we call it the small town where big things happen. That's Entebbe for you, Davis. And again, the beaches might not be the best in the world, but they do get the party going. well bowled. I think he has gotten tighter, Davis. Although he did go for 2 boundaries, but he does look a little bit better as he heads towards the end of his over. Riyazat Ali Shah, definitely in the rear view mirror of Team Kenya currently. Team Uganda is trailing 101 for 2 after 13.5. Not the best start for Team Uganda.
Well, Riyazat Ali Shah finishes that off, gets away with a full toss. But generally speaking, when you start your boundary off with if you start your over with the boundary, chances are pretty high that the opposition, the batters, are looking to make it a 10-run over. So the pressure is already on you. And yet again, unfortunately, Riyazat was not lucky in that over because he started off with a boundary, and he goes as the statistics seem to show, the T20 statistics. You start with a boundary, you'll go for a 10-run over, and he abides by that statistic and goes for another 10-run over. He's having a bit of an off day, unlike him. He's normally tidier than this. He didn't have the greatest bowling performances in the ODI series. I think he's the challenges he's facing with his bowling will clearly be a concern to the Ugandan coach Lawrence Mahatlane.
Perhaps Davis, to disagree a little bit. Perhaps those will be negated by his run scoring ability. He does double as another one, and that was beautiful batting. Great awareness from Irfan Karim. Sweeps that up for 4, right over Riyazat Ali Shah. Uganda still needs to make a few right decisions. Things just can't seem to be going that way, Davis.
Again, a beautiful shot from Irfan Karim. He only goes to show you his cricket intelligence and awareness. He recognizes that there is a boundary option that if he can manage to get anything above the point fielder, and he does exactly that, putting pressure back on Akankwasa. As I mentioned earlier, he continues to show his intelligence by picking up a boundary after the over. But following just what I just said about Riyazat Ali Shah, when you manage to lick a boundary in your first ball, the batters are looking to make it a 10-run over. And so far, Frank has gone for 5 runs of 2 balls. So work on seems to be getting harder for this Ugandan outfit.
Licking runs as a bowler, licking runs as a fielder. Riyazat Ali Shah, not his finest hour. Here comes Frank Akankwasa. They'll be looking to make 2, Team Kenya. Ugandan bowlers seem to be short of ideas at the moment. After getting Gurdeep Singh out, Uganda needed to get another quick one just to unsettle Kenya a little bit. Team Kenya haven't lost the top position in this encounter, and they are currently led by Irfan Karim at 64 runs from 48 balls.
Well, 9-run over in that. Frank Akankwasa has finished his spell. For a boy that is largely a batsman who can bowl a bit. I think he's done decently well for his side. He's done a tremendous job for his captain Brian Masawa. So he shouldn't feel hard done so far with his performance in this first game of the series.
Well, Davis, as we go into the 16th or the 15th over, the 16th over, Davis, what bowling changes can Brian Masaba make to try and keep this score down? I mean, they're definitely looking at about 200 runs, because I dare say Kenya can get 80 from the remaining overs.
200 runs may be a bit too much, especially on this ground, a ground that we've talked about, one that doesn't have too many boundaries. Is not a very small ground to clear boundaries on. But for me, interestingly, and one of the things that maybe the Uganda team might want to think about deeply is they've not had a tremendous run in the T20 format. I can't seem to remember the last time they won a game in T20 cricket, and it will be a concern for them. It is a format that Uganda thrives and believes that it is one they should be able to do well in. and they need to find a way of picking up some form. But otherwise, so far, Kenya are in cruise control of this fixture so far. And Deus Muhumuza bowling change from Eastern is being asked to pull a rabbit out of the hat.
And if I was a betting man, I would say definitely Deus Muhumuza wouldn't be the wrong person to put to bet on to get Uganda a breakthrough. But it's not going to be easy. Irfan Karim is pumped, he's bleeding green and red. Interesting delivery from Deus Muhumuza. I shudder to think Davis was Fred Achelam standing up earlier, or is this a new change in strategy from the wicket keeper and bowler?
That is Deus Muhumuza classic for you. He will continue to bowl off cutters to try and test the batter's patience. The slower ball so far in the Ugandan inning hasn't been as productive as they might have hoped. Some of the slower balls have only sat up. The wicket is pretty good, so the slower balls have not managed to get as much bite from the wicket. So they have unfortunately sat up and become run scoring opportunities for the Kenyan batters. Irfan Karim picks up his third dot ball in that over. He will not be happy with that. But his intentions are a bit clear. He's looking to utilize the boundary option since Deus Muhumuza has brought the third man into the ring. So it is a scoring option for him, but he needs to find a bat on ball to make sure he can continue the good work he's doing of tinkering the score and keeping the strike rotation going. Irfan Karim's beautiful inning comes to an end, and that's been ended by no one's surprise. Deus Muhumuza continues with the good work that his cutters provides for this Uganda side, but Irfan Karim will feel very, very happy with the contribution he has given Kenya. He has given Kenya the perfect launch pad for the Kenyan mid order to come and look to dominate and utilize. In walks Nelson Mandela, shot 20 for Kenya. Formerly an all-rounder, but he seems to have taken the path of batting a lot more. So he's in the side as a batter, but he is going to be expected to pick up a couple of boundaries, continue the good work that Irfan Karim has continued. These 67 runs from Irfan Karim have been gold dust on this big ground.
Even with just a wicket, Davis coming for Uganda, there is very, very, very little good to name or to mention on the Ugandan side of things in this encounter. Absolutely scaled by Team Kenya, and Deus Muhumuza will be looking to repair. Ooh! Oh my God, that was close. Rishpa Patel almost fell to Deus Muhumuza's folly. Impressive stuff from Deus Muhumuza. Davis, looks like the change in the bowling side has done the trick for Deus Muhumuza. Much more lethal, much more on the money. Is Uganda staring down its own return, Davis?
The good work from Deus continues. His skill set of bowling these cutters is one that he's mastered, and he manages to get a bit of a leading edge from Rishabh Patel's bat, but unfortunately he's not able to put a hand to that, what could have been a wicket-taking opportunity. But he's done a fantastic job, at least in that over. He's done a little bit of a recovery job in terms of the run rate, but also managed to pick up the big scalp of Irfan Karim, so he'll feel satisfied with his work in the last over. Bowling change, and Dinesh Nakrani returns into the attack. Not too sure that's where Rishabh Patel wanted the ball to go to, but he picks up a single, which the Kenyan dugout continues to clap for and applause. That brings Nelson Mandela Odiambo on strike, and he will be facing Dinesh Nakrani, who had a fantastic ODI series with his cutters. He caused a lot of trouble, and he managed to penetrate and do a lot of damage to this Kenyan outfit. So Dinesh Nakrani will be expected to continue his good work, not just in the ODI series, but also the beautiful work that he did down in the Castlelight series against Namibia.
apologize to our viewers. Working around the oval to have it fixed. Whoa, that was a close call. Close call. And a misfield from Bilal leaves Uganda very, very, very distressed with yet again another wicket-taking opportunity lost. Ooh, Bilal, Alal. Davis, Bilal doesn't seem to be having the finest fielding day. The sun is out, but there seems to be a dark cloud hovering over Bilal. Beautiful shot, straight down the ground. Rishba Patel looking in fine form, Davis. Oh my word, my word. Yet the finest shot of the day, in my opinion, Davis. I've played much more beautiful shot, but
Did you say you have played a beautiful shot before? I can't seem to remember anything like that from you, Donny.
Davis, every time I played cricket, you were out of the country on international duty. So we
How convenient.
might get the chance to play together.
How convenient, Donny. How convenient. But yes, Rishabh Patel continues to his class and his elegance. Following that, he managed to smack the boundary right over the net, right his head, and then following that up with a single. For me, beautiful cricket so far in Kenya. Cruising there at 133 for 3 and looking really good. They look to me like they should be able to get anything at least above 160. They should feel satisfied with that total. There was Mahomes that continues to operate from and he's bowled pretty well so far. He's bowled with a bit of the breeze. He's coming from his back. I think he's done a job that Brian Masaba would have asked of him, with the breeze blowing from his right shoulder going across the wicket. I think he's done pretty well, and he continues to utilize the wind, creates a chance down to long on that is put it down unfortunately by Riaza Talisha, and Rishabh Patel manages to pick up a single. But yes, yet again, Deus Momoza